Okay, well welcome back guys. I'm not going to be splitting this fortress off into its own playlist. I'm also not going to be going through adventure mode. I'm not going to be going back through legends. Not yet anyways, maybe sometime later on down the road. For now though, we're going to choose one of these 5 regions right here. And we're going to scout through them and try to find a place to build a fortress. I might settle on some forgotten abandoned ruins again, I might not. It all depends, let's see. So like Russian roulette, we'll just hold down the down arrow and let it decide where we stop. Crash. We stop on Esplals Mus Uru, Region 2. And we'll go into this world here. Hopefully it has a dwarven civilization that we can use. Well, it's screwing around with world generation and just generated 5 real quick worlds. Let's see. We do have civilizations. We have the Infallible Towers and the Arrow of Tone. And they both just have one little dwarf head on the world map there. Fairly close to each other. I think we'll be the Infallible Towers closer to the center of the map. And let's see. We'll scout through real quick, see if they're at war with anyone. I don't see the word war popping up over there on the neighbor's screen. So, that's good news. And let's see if we can find a place to settle, maybe somewhere close to them. Try to avoid the volcanoes. I want to settle somewhere flat, somewhere undwarvenly. Like a big open field or something. Let's see. Got a human town here. I also am probably going to do Sinister, Terrifying, or Haunted again. Maybe all 3 if we can find them crammed into a biome close enough together. Sinister, Haunted. Let's see. Just flip through here. I want to avoid aquifers this time. I'm not looking for an aquifer challenge. An aquifer headache. What do we have here? Abandoned ruins maybe? The Ugly Dune. I would embark on this place. It's only got 1 biome though. No trees, warm, sinister, so no. We won't. I won't. I will avoid it. Here's the city with a road. Probably means people live there. Azragastam. Gastam. More dark towers this way. It's a nice little circle here of dark towers. I have no idea what that door means either. Right here on the local map, I don't know. Maybe some ruins as well. Small guard tower on the road, perhaps. Let's get to the other side of that mountain range. I'm not really seeing any large open fields. It's all trees everywhere. Trees and forests and hills. Got the defensive fields here. The Hill of Coils, Sinister. It doesn't have any aquifer. Let's see, shrink this down. Want kind of a smaller embark this time, maybe a little bit longer like this. Let's see, the first biome is the Hill of Coils. It's temperate, woodland, sinister. What's the height map look like though? It's all 0s, 0s, 0s. Now it's all 0s. So we would have a river, the brook, Faith Wets, the rays of Justifying. We'd have contact with all of these civilizations. The biomes are both sinister, thick vegetation, silty clay, sandy clay loam conglomerate. It's probably not going to get any better than this, because I don't want mountains, and this is about as flat as it gets. So let's embark here then, why not? We will use the profile loaded for Bear 2. Got 80 points left over. What can't we bring? No albino corn and no ash. We'll go through the dwarfs whenever we embark and set them up there. And this is the gear that we've got. Iron anvils, dimple cups. I need to take a new batch of seeds though. I'm not taking pumpkin or potato seeds this time. How about we'll trade the albino corn for some albino bean seeds. I'll have refried albino beans every night or something. 50 of them. And I'll pump the last of those points left over into Dwarven Ale, why not? I'm taking a bit more stuff on Embark this time. I'm taking lye. I'm also taking 2 full suits of copper. We got copper breastplates, mail shirts, caps, gauntlets, boots, greaves, We've also taken short swords and shields. I want at least one soldier on this expedition being sent out from this well-equipped and well-funded empire to at least have some gear besides leather armor this time. At least maybe he can run around and defend us instead of hiding with everybody else. We'll see. We'll get him training as quickly as possible. As for embark animals, we are taking 1 eland, 2 elands. They can be milked, and we can make cheese with them. I'm going to be trying to actually use all of the workshops this time. I will be leaving the population cap at 45 for probably the first few years, and then I'm going to bump it up to about 200 and just go until the fortress dies of FPS, or I get bored with it and then find a way to kill you all and move on to the next fort. Taking 4 war dogs though and 2 cats. I think that will be it. I'll name the dwarves with dwarf therapist once we embark. That way I don't know who is getting what name. I find it more fair that way. And I'm probably also going to give myself a dwarf to start with, one of the founding 7, so you'll have to deal with that. Not going to name the fortress or the group. Let's see what it gives us. Let's just embark. You have arrived after a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond. Your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all Telesturdum. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance, whether by bolt, plow, or hook. Provide for your dwarfs. You are expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you, but it is spring now. Enough time to delve secure lodgings ere the wolves get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here at this place. Udo Shushat, men basements, strike the earth. Well, apparently we're going to be running some type of questionable basement business here, and it is completely flat as far as the eye can see, with one little bitty patch of green over here in the southeast. I like this. So we will be digging down, we will be building a kind of a fortress on the surface and living there, but also we're going to be living everywhere, actually. So let's see, one layer down, we do have ponds all over the place, that's good. And there's the river. As far as wildlife, it's just us for now. Stray horse, cat, elands. Well, I think I'm going to save it, name the dwarves, and whenever I come back we'll start getting set up. Of course, have to start with the basics. We'll get started whenever I come back. It is first granite, 3:15 in early spring, and we have embarked in men basements. Okay, well let's just take a quick look at the dwarfs, the people who made it in anyways. We have Down Pride, Calrog Man, Roar 359, Z-Sword, Capianon, Sergi, and the Catfish. The Catfish is back from the previous fort. On his journeys after healing up his wounds of paralysis, he found out that Fountain Steams had been completely decimated. All of his friends were dead, everyone he'd known. So he set out to find Rar, and he rescued Rar, saved Rar from the goblins. And that's where we find ourselves now. First thing we need to do, of course, is get the farms up and going, right? So where should we make, oh yeah, and this, I thought this all might be some type of horrible basalt sand, some type of white sands, but it's snow. Snow-covered grass, snow-covered trees, snow-covered shrubs, so this is all going to be one big green open field soon. At least once it decides to melt. So let's make sure we're not standing on a pond, we're not. And let's get to digging. I want first downward stairwell. It's going to be rather large. This is just going to be for the farms. And yep, make it up here. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to dig all this out again and flood this. It's probably not very much water here. But let's see, 2 from the stairs down. Actually, no, dig all this out. And I'll probably have to build a ceiling over the top. Over the top of this so when the rains come it doesn't flood in. Of course, I might also channel out the grass ceiling here and have an open farm to the sky. So I can plant more seeds this time. Let's chop down all these trees and get our military up and running. Metal armor, and let's see. Who is the swordsman this time? Doctor, miner, farmer, mason, peasant, the catfish, that's right. He has all those combat skills from going on his journey to rescue Rar. Just pretend that's what I did in adventure mode before this fortress. So I want to equip you, and I want to give you a specific weapon. You're not allowed just to grab whatever you want this time. I'm going to give you a short sword. Take care of that. And then you'll choose all metal gear. We'll see if you get equipped, or if you don't. Let's see. For here, I want just a wood stockpile. I think we'll dig down a little bit, find some stone as well, and build a quick wall around this. We'll just have one outpost up here for now. One building on the surface as we dig down to the caverns. How's this going down here? Not bad. Build a workshop. Put a mason's right next to this. And a carpenter. Oh, don't have enough wood yet. So I'm really not sure what our main goal here is. If anyone has any ideas for constructions, anything interrupted by ogre. We already got friends showing up. 2 wild ogres, and they are to our south. So let's see, our military, I didn't even bother setting up the military schedule yet. We'll activate him. I want to see what he does. Maybe we'll give him a moment to grab his gear. Okay, the war dogs are charging. The military, we will put kill. Select from the rectangle. Charge after the cave ogres, catfish, wherever you are. The war dogs lunge and bite into the ogre's throat, paralyzing him. Here comes Catfish, he's charging. The war dogs are chasing the ogres away. Catfish, you're doing fine, and that ogre is about ready to be struck down. You drive your sword up and down through his body. He's finally done with. The dogs are still chasing that ogre around. The ogre kicks one, it flies backwards and skids through the snow. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Somebody's bleeding. You can hear the ice giving way. Catfish charges after the ogre, lashing him in the back with his sword, just barely cutting him and scraping him. The ogre's bleeding all over the place. You can do it, Catfish. You catch up to the ogre. He's angry, he's ferocious, he's entered a martial trance, and he's enraged. This is not how he planned his day to go. He just wanted to steal a piece of food. Catfish, you're still doing fine. Ogre is unconscious, exhausted. What's your gear? Have you put that on yet? Pigtail, pigtail. You've got copper left gauntlet, copper right gauntlet, short sword, buckler, high boots, greaves, high boot. What was that? 3 high boots you've got? Hurry up, maggots. Get those trees chopped down. Farm's almost done here. So let's get our farmers up and going. We can do better this time. I know we can. I don't want to run out of food. I felt bad for the dwarfs last time. I didn't show very much of it, but occasionally they would have to cancel everything they were doing and go hunt for vermin. That should be fine for now, and we will put a custom food stockpile here. Let's see, enable all this, and for now, how do I forbid it? Forbid, 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 forbid. I just want seeds here. Forbid, 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 forbid. Just a seed stockpile. We'll place the seeds right here in the middle, and then just a regular food stockpile here and here. And then I want to go tweak those a little bit, just a little bit. I want to take the seeds off of them. Forbid seeds. And on this one, forbid those seeds. Now hopefully some of those slackers up there will start carrying the food down, down, down into the farms. The war dogs come back, and there is the catfish triumphant. Let's check out your titles. No, you didn't get any kills, Catfish. It was all the war dogs. You've been happy. You talked with a friend. And what are you? You are stone dwarves. Most frequent case, you have thick skin and muscles and almost lack pain receptors. Your bones are hard and heal quickly, so perfect choice for the military. You can stand down. And actually, let's set up your schedule real quick.